your wrongs are not mistakes. No one forced you to commit those crimes. No one put a gun to your head and forced you to treat other human beings like livestock. The racial problem in America wasn't an accident. It wasn't a misstep. It was a deliberate, created injustice. You created this problem, and you worked hard to create this problem. You didn't just hate African people. You concocted a whole quasi-scientific rationale to justify it. You willfully interpreted your religious text to try to justify it. You built a complex propaganda, indoctrination, brainwashing, miseducation system to try to implant it into the minds of your people, to reinforce the evil. Do you understand? You did this with commitment. You worked diligently, relentlessly, and invested massive energy, time, money, intellect, and effort to enforce, to maintain, and to preserve the injustice you created. No one made you do that. You chose to do that. And you maintain and defend that system until today. You have never addressed what it is about you that made you choose to do these things, that made you create these injustices, that made you systematize these injustices and protect them for decades upon decades. So America, you have never addressed what is internally wrong with your culture, with your so-called civilization that has made you do the things that you have done. But you think that if you can just keep kicking the can of consequences down the road, then you never have to change. This is what you think. You think that you're succeeding. You think that your way is working. It's an evil nation that tells their own people that they're above the law, that tells them that they're unaccountable, that tells them that they will never face the consequences of their actions. Every single thing that you have done, every grotesque injustice that you have committed as a nation is going to fall upon your heads.
Here is the judgment that's going to fall upon the complex cell organism, the species that share 96 to 98% of their genetics with a grotesque, cannibalistic species, and also share a percentage of DNA of other animals. They're not 100% of nothing but full of shit. That's what they're 100% of. They're not 100% monkey, not 100% worm, not 100% zebrafish, fruit fly, dog, wolf, or cat. But one thing that, or pig, but one thing for sure that they are 100% full of, and that's shit. Now here we go. This is the Earth magnetos paused. This is monitoring the dome that covers Earth from so-called harmful ultraviolet light, gamma, solar radiation, whatever it's the particles that are coming from the sun. Now, the day is March 31st, 2025 on this Gregorian calendar. We're going with the last 24 hours here. Current time going back. As you can see, Earth is in the middle. The white side is the daytime side. The black side is the nighttime side. So the sun is over here. This is goals 18 and goals 16. So just pretend that the sun is sitting right there. And the sun is sitting off this energy. And as you can see, the dome is that string that's at the north that stretches all the way down here. And you see those colors that press against these colors right here, ultraviolet light. These are the different wavelengths that are coming, being emitted via the sun. And as you can see, that pressure on that dome, look at that pressure to the point that it squeezes it all the way down. Look how it get blasted. And look how small that dome has gotten. This is why you see Elon Musk and the rest of these clowns constantly shooting rockets up in the sky, because they're testing the dome. This is what y'all don't understand. They want to leave here. They want to surf and navigate the stars, but they're not going anywhere. No one is leaving this planet, just so that you know. There will be no stone left unturned. So here we go. You see the blast hitting the front of the planet, and you can see right here in your upper atmosphere. This is being honest, my people. Look at the purple. Just look at the purple. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And if the people that have been watching me speak about these instruments that NASA uses to monitor radiation that's coming from the sun, you will know that this purple, this deep purple that you see now, look at that dark, deep purple that's here. That is extreme, highly extreme radiation, and you should not be outside if you are a complex cell organism, if your cells have internal membranes, internal organelles, and an internal nucleus. Your ass should not be outside. Point blank and simple. But again, whether you're outside or you're not, you're still going to absorb these particles. So here we go. Look at the backside of the planet. Look at the backside. Look at the energy on the backside. Look at the blast that's coming. So whatever's behind the earth, where there is no dome, you see, there is no dome there. Whatever's behind the earth at the nighttime is sending out equal amount of energy or even stronger energy than our sun accordingly during the day. Look at all of this energy on the backside, and you get a blast. And how do we know that there is energy coming from the backside of the planet on the nighttime? Okay, so we go up here. We go up here to solar wind, solar velocity. This over here tells you the speed of the solar wind, and this is in kilometers, km, kilometers. And you would go 500 kilometers per second equals how many miles per hour? That's how you would come up with the solar speed, or how fast this is actually traveling from the sun to earth. These arrows represent the particles that are coming from the sun. And as you can see, this bow shock that is bent back, this is the same thing here, the magnetopause right here. But this here is just mainly to show you the solar wind and its interactions with the planet and what direction the solar wind is coming from. So you see, again, like I told you, the sun would be over here. These arrows represent the particles that are coming from the sun. Some should hit the dome, hit Earth, and then travel out into the solar system. However, as I'm looking back here, there is something sitting directly in the middle. Wow, these arrows turned all the way back here. Just look. Let's look at these arrows. Let's see if they reverse. Okay, so the real reverse started right here on this row. The real reverse, and it's purple in that. Look at the purple in that. Look, you can see the purple in that. Are you kidding me? You can see the purple. Look at that. And you can tell that there is something there because the solar wind that's coming from the daytime sun, you can see the arrows and it flows. Look how it flow at the top. You see how it flow at the top? The top three layers are not reversing. Everything else down in the middle is reversing. It's turning around. Look at that. You see? That's turning around back into the earth. Back into the earth. Look at this. And you wonder, airplane flying low. I told you this already. Earthquakes, no shit. You're going to get earthquakes. You're getting an extra charge of energy. You're heating up. It's like when you have a virus and your body heat up with a fever. Yes. Your bowel movement. Yes. Nausea. You know what I mean? Resting. Some people be like, I can't rest. I can't sleep at night. You're up. You're wondering why you're up at night. You're wondering why because there is another star in the sky that is emitting energy that we are biologically, let me say this again, that we are biologically connected to. And they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know that. And they damn sure don't want you to know that these people are being microwaved even more at night than considerably during the day. They're getting microwaved at night. I mean, their cells are breaking down at an alarming rate. That's why I know the false flags are starting up and they're going to continue. It's going to get worse. Going to continue to get worse. I told y'all, Trump is the trumpet. He's sounding the alarm. Period. Whether you want to believe it or face it or not, that's on you. Paul. Okay, my people, I haven't done this in a while, but here we go right here. Let me show you the sunspots. Look at these sunspots. This one these turned away from Earth. This is turning away from Earth. Look at these large sunspots that are turning towards the Earth. Look at this sunspot up here. Oh my goodness. And look at these down here. These large sunspots are turning towards Earth, and these sunspots are going to release what you would call X flares. This look like these going to be raised. These here are going to release M flares and X flares. This is what is going to be released from these two sunspots right here. If not sooner, because this here is still, these are turning away from Earth. This here is facing Earth now. These sunspots up there. But these two large sunspots, the one up here, this is very large. And you seem like you got one or two right here that's forming. And this one right here, this is definitely forming. Now you go search up what ionized particles do when it interacts with your DNA. It can damage DNA. What DNA can it damage? Complex cell organism DNA. It doesn't damage our genetics because I am all that is natural and all that is natural is me. We are composed of neuromelanin, which is condensed sunlight. That is our soul. That is who you are. Your soul is neuromelanin, condensed sunlight. So you actually can do exactly what the sun do. You emit UVA, UVB, UVC radiation. You emit charged particles. You not only do you emit it, you absorb it as well. And this is what they're keeping away from you. This is why there will be no other conversations going forward other than the sun and genetics. Genetics in the sun. Period. The sun is separating us, and there's nothing that you can do about it. In 2025, in this solar cycle 2025, in the year 2025, we are going to, the walking dead is going to be able to see the difference and what the sun is doing today as opposed to what it was doing yesterday. Pause. Okay, so this right here, my people. Pause. Here we go right here. This right here is the Soho, and this right here is showing you on the left, on the right hand side. I want you to look at the left side, the left side of the sun and the right side of the sun. You see those two flashing objects right there? They have yet to explain what those flashing objects are, but yet I see those objects when I'm recording with my camera and I show you them up in the sky and it causing the sun to pulsate. You see those pulsating things on each side, the left and the right side, they're pulsating. And not to mention, as you already see that the sun is releasing, look, CMEs, these are coronal mass ejection, and stuff is coming out the sun outside of just coronal mass ejection. There are objects coming out of this as well. Wow. But again, I digress. I'm off my rocker. There's something wrong with me. However, it seems that everybody is trying to ease their way in talking about the sun and genetics in the sun. Because guess what? This is an atrocity. This is an embarrassment that has taken place with our species. We are allowing free access to our children's mind and physical bodies by the children of our former abusers. And we think that this is okay, and we're complaining every day, every year about the conditions that we are in, because we will never be happy as a species until our children are truly taken care of, looked after, loved, valued, and appreciated. And all you people out here that don't value children, all you people out here that say that I don't have no child, that lets you know that you are a human species, that you are not of the universe. You have been programmed, you have been broken, because guess what? Universal law. They are all our children, no matter if we birth them or not, especially when it comes down to their health and their well-being. Abundance and gratitude to you all.